mic. Ah, there's my mic. Hello. For some reason, my knob wasn't working, but hello for those who had just arrived. Apologies for the slight delay. I had some technical issues involving restream for some reason, so I resolved that somehow. And tonight we're going to continue Minesweeper. If you've seen the previous stream, you probably noticed I've been struggling with a bug. I'm still dealing with that bug because I did not have time to look over the bug before the stream. So I don't know if this game actually works just yet, but I'm going to continue the tutorial and see how it goes because while it's not working at the moment, I can at least learn about the layering system, the tile mapping. So I'm going to try learning as many things as I can from this, even if the game doesn't work, because this is all for the sake of learning. And since this is a bit more challenging for me than usual, I'm going to learn a lot from this. I kind of perceive Minesweeper to be like the big project, and then we'll see what will be next after that. But so far, pretty decent challenge. I at least have it down to one bug. But we're just gonna do the best we can from there, okay? And also, if you just arrived, feel free to let me know in the chat how y'all doing. I hope everyone's been doing well, and happy Friday. I bet a lot of us are like, oh, work and all that, gotta relax. But for me, I wanna learn as much as I can because it's fun. And exercising that part of my brain is fun for me. It's like a little hobby. It's like I try to reinforce that learning is a good thing. And having control over what I want to learn makes learning a lot more fun. So let's get to it. Alright, back in Godot. As you can see, there is a bug on this line. And it says invalid get index total underscore mines on the base window. So I'm assuming the issue is with this, right? But I think this will be resolved as I continue through the tutorial. I hope. I really freaking hope so. But for this one, I might need some clues, so I don't mind backseating at this time. If it would help me get through this quicker, even better. But let's see here. Where is my video? There it is. And yes, my background is literally pictures of me. Let's see here. Let's turn on the closed captions. And then there's desktop audio. Okay. Let's see how it sounds.
Because that's actually not too difficult. I'll go down to where I have my process function, and for the first time I'm going to use this one. So this is something that's going to happen every loop, so that's why we put it inside here. I will call a function called highlight underscore cell, and then I'll need to define this because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, the function.
Highlight underscore cell.
So like each frame per second is going to show the highlight, and you define the highlight in this function. Okay, I'm just going to watch a little bit and go from there.
Is a new function, no arguments needed for this one. And first of all, it needs to work out where on the grid the mouse is sitting. So we'll define a new variable called mouse position, and we will set this to, it was actually a built-in function. So typically what I would have done in the past is I would take the x and y coordinates of the mouse and divide it by the size of our cell. That will give me the grid position that we're in. But the tile maps already have this. So we'll take this function here, which is local to map. And it takes the local coordinates and it converts them into our map grid coordinates. The coordinates we need are the mouse coordinates. So we'll say get local underscore mouse position. Now we can use that to check where to put this little hover over. We'll add a comment to say hover over grass cells. So we don't actually hover over everything. So grass cells, of course, that has to happen. So we'll say if is grass, which is...
Okay, I'm gonna pause there. So what I just saw was basically within the Godot engine, there's already I guess a command that already links it to the mouse, and I'm like, wow, Godot has a lot of things. Oh! Hi Cypher. You kind of spooked me right there. You freaked me out a little. How are you doing? Welcome to the Labyrinth. I am Nethyr, the X-Final boss of No Pointer Live. I'm just learning more Godot. Yeah, so I'm just like looking at this. We're going to be defining a new function, this time within the delta. So we're going to copy that over. And yes, I say copy because right now how I'm learning is basically going through the tutorial and talking out loud on what exactly is the code doing in layman's terms. And go from there. So function, pass. So we're going to delete the pass. Oh, wait, what the? What? Interesting. Interesting. Error 96.1. Expected indented block after function. What? Interesting. It is lacking the arrow. Not gonna lie, if I need to, I can like remake this like another time. Like completely from scratch because I don't know why it's acting so funky like this. Like, come on. So we're gonna define the function for highlight underscore cell. And then with the function, we're gonna define a mouse position. Colon equals local to map get local mouse system. So honestly, the way I'm coding is like I'm basically giving myself training wheels, mainly to see like, okay, how should I organize this code? How should I define my functions and my variables? What are things that I should know in Godot so that I don't have to do things from scratch? Hover over cell. So you spelled hover wrong. So and then the next part is the grass. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Let's go. Okay.
The new helper function that we're going to have to define, and we pass in the mouse position. If that's the case, then we're going to add in this hover effect. Before we do that.
Oh, so if there's going to be an if-else statement, I'm assuming that the if statement, if the mouse position is on the grass, the hover like art will appear to show that you're hovering over it. And then maybe like if it's over the ground, it won't show the hover. That's what I'm guessing is gonna happen here, but let's see what he says.
Let's go and create this helper function. I'm just gonna copy is mine, and we just change the name from mine to grass. Name here as well. Other than that, the function is exactly the same. It just looks at a different layer, but it looks at that same position.
First bot doesn't count low. Also, hello Nethyr, how are you? Hi Tanguris, I'm doing well. I am going through Godot even though there's like one error that is preventing me from testing it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna learn step by step how this is going. Cause I was not aware about helper functions and such. There's a lot of new things here. So I'm gonna be absorbing as much as I can. Although my brain, not gonna lie, it feels like it's turning a bit smooth. So I may not be able to process certain things to my preferred accuracy, but I will do my best. I hope you've been doing well, Tinguris. The best way to learn how to code is to do it. Exactly. Exactly. Like, at least with the tutorials I've been doing, it's like introducing me to Godot, and it makes it a lot less intimidating. Like, I know what the inspector is, I know what the scripts are, and attaching them to. I know about instantiating, I know about the nodes and the scenes, like layering them just right. Honestly, game engines just feels like layers all over the place. It's kind of like art software. So, being familiar with art software feels like makes this, the game engine, feel a lot more friendly. Tenguris, I am doing alright. Just got back from having McDonald's for dinner. Tried out the big arch for the first, and probably only time before it leaves the menu since it's a limited time item. Ah, nice. I have not eaten McDonald's for a decade? No, not a decade. No, scratch that. I ate McDonald's. Man, it's been years ago. I think it was in 2019. So the only time I ate McDonald's is before the pandemic. No other time. And the reason why I ate McDonald's in 2019 was due to the fact that I was in another country and I wanted to try the exclusive country exclusive items, because honestly the American items, not a fan. But for some reason McDonald's is way better overseas, and I don't get why, but I guess they have to compete with a lot of good food, so it kind of makes sense there. But really the business of McDonald's is the business of real estate, not necessarily good food, because the more convenient the food is, the more successful. That's honestly how McDonald's became successful in the first place, because they didn't prioritize good food. They prioritized convenient food. And it was one of the first few fast food restaurants that actually prioritized that when it first started. Anyways, I know obscure lore. I can't help it. I learn a lot of things, so I will randomly just say, hey, a little fun fact. Did you know a MapleStory introduced loot boxes to America in 2003? I'll just know a bunch of random things like that. But also, that's true. And also the McDonald's one is also true. That's why every McDonald's that you see is nearby a school. And you know, with McDonald's prices, they're really affordable, right? So they're gonna go, so all the students are gonna go just to McDonald's because it's so accessible and it's so cheap. So it makes them easier for them to choose and less cognitive load on them. So, you know, really pay attention to the real estate of a restaurant, because that tells you whether or not it's like very business savvy. And that's why when you're like, oh, I'm in a plaza full of good food, but then some foods are hit and miss, they only went there to take advantage of the customers in that area. So, fun fact. I know too many things. Okay, let's see here. Let's continue before I derail this entirely.
And it tells us, is there something there or not?
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna copy the helper function. I'm gonna copy the helper function. I have defined this. This is fine. But why this one has arrow? Okay, this one has no arrows. I'm confused. Why do you not have an arrow? Anyways, this one's I could deal with this. Oh wait, you tell me to copy this? Okay, and then and then we're gonna define this for the grass layer, and then this will be for grass. Something like that. Yeah, okay. And then what's next? What is next? And yeah, I have a fascination with human economies, so I like to observe them quite a bit. Especially if they're like long-time businesses. I like learning the history of businesses and how they exist. Because like the idea of a whole organization just existing and like being able to sustain itself is very fascinating. But also kind of terrifying, especially when the government considers like companies as like people, according to the law. And when you look at a company and you look at a person, they're two completely different entities. So I personally do not understand why companies are considered people when they have totally different things altogether. Like, I mean, yeah. I would have to look at the court case actually to like double check on the reasoning for that. But honestly, in my eyes, I'm like, how did the lawyering lawyered here? That's my mind where it's going. Anyways, I'm gonna be distracted again by my own brain. We love that.
If this does return true, and there's a grass tile there, then we'll say that we want to go into our hover layer, and it's going to be at the mouse position, which we just created, tile ID, and another atlas that we haven't used. So we go into our tile map. The one I want is this one here. You can see it kind of looks like there's nothing there, but actually it's a white square with transparency set to it.
So we're going to cite the hover layer here. Let me show y'all. So it's behind me. This is the hover layer. We are going to be referencing that when we define it in set cell hover underscore layer, and with the mouse position in mind and the tile ID, we get the actual specific tile ID right there. Heck yeah. I'll move that there.
So the atlas coordinates are 6, 0. We go in here and we'll define a variable for the hover atlas. So we go back up to the top, and here, and I just need to add it in with the rest of my atlases. To
Mm.
keep them ordered, I'll say hover atlas, and it is equal to vector2i.
60.
Coordinate, I believe it's 60, yes.
Yeah, 60. Okay, that makes sense. I will need to scroll back a bit. Yeah, I need to scroll back to this so that I can reference it real quick. Okay, let's get that function. So when the grass is grassing, okay, we're gonna define it here. If is grass, with the mouse position hovering over it, we're gonna. Oh, I spelled grass wrong. How did I spell grass wrong? That makes no sense. We're gonna set cell, and then within the parentheses, we're gonna have the hover layer. We're gonna have the mouse position. Every time I say POS, I want to say something else, but that's not appropriate. So we're not doing that. We're not going to say something inappropriate. Oh, Corvo, welcome on in. My cat says hi. Oh my gosh. There's a cat in my audience. I made it. I honestly, like, you know that you made it as a creator when a cat says hi to the streamer. That's how I know I made it as a content creator. Hi, little kitty. Hello. How are you? Yeah. Actually, I don't think I ever nyat at you guys. But I'm not a cat boy or a cat girl or a cat person. Well, I do like cats. But anyways, I'm not like an anime uwu cat girl or a cat boy. I'm not that. I'm a homunculus, which is totally different. And also like goes into a spiral of like a bunch of psychology lore and alchemy and because I'm a little bit of a nerd. A little bit. But yes, I got a cat saying hello to me on stream. Hello. Yeah, I really made it as a content creator. If a cat says hi to me on my stream, that's amazing. That's me. That made my night. Thank you. Thank you. Well, just stopping to say hi before I pass out. I hope you have a good stream. Thank you! Thank you! I actually was talking about cat girls. And then you appeared, so I guess talking about cat girls summoned Aki for some reason. She's always here with me when I lurk, and she's a little spoony right now. She's been very affectionate as of, oh, baby. What's her name, though? You didn't tell me her name. You didn't tell me her name. Honestly, I wish there's a way where you can like add your streamer name, right? And next to it have the pet name ID. That'd be freaking cute. So you're gonna double it and she shall arrive or something like that. You know, something I want to do for you, Aki, I want to try drawing you, but like how I imagine you based on your design. Pebbles, you have not sent pictures. You have not sent pictures. And I have not requested them because I understand private. But please send me pictures of Pebbles. Pebbles is one of the cutest names I've ever heard for a cat. Oh my gosh! Please send me Pebbles. Please. Can you show me Pebbles pebbling? Please. That'd be adorable. Thank you. That it's a request from me. Very personal request. Anyway, good luck. Hope you make good progress on this. Night-night. Good night, Aki. I hope so, too. I don't know if I will, to be honest, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so with the tile ID, we're going to reference the atlas. I don't know what we're gonna call... Wait. If I scroll back up, I'll know the naming conventions. Okay, so it's gonna be Grass Atlas. I'm assuming it's Grass Atlas. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I'm just gonna type Grass Atlas, which I will define up here because I remember what they're doing. So it's just var grass atlas equals vector 2i because we're going to be citing the numbers and then 6 0. Okay, I did the thingy. I don't know what's this expected indent. Oh wait, is it this? Is that was literally it. That was literally it. Okay. So Control S, cause I don't want to lose progress on deck. Hi Grio, welcome on in. Good evening. Okay. Honestly, I don't know how much further we can get done, but I'm gonna try my best. I just want it to be playable. That's my goal. If I can play it, achievement made.
Variable for the hover atlas. We go back up.
Oh! Welcome! Welcome on in! Hi, Raiders! I'm Nethyr, the X-Final Boss on No Pointer Live tonight. I am working on Minesweeper. I just got started because I had technical difficulties earlier, and I was like, well, that's a bit of a problem because Restream did not want to work with me. Yay! Yippee! So I worked that out and I just started. Fair hurt. Yeah. Yeah, and I did not read your note that you sent to me. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. I was just very busy with work, and honestly, my brain is like smoothing out. So if I seem a little bit loosey-goosey, that's why. I already ranted about McDonald's and how the business of McDonald's is not in this fast food, but rather it's actually real estate. Fun facts. And that the first loot boxes to ever appear in a video game is, well, at least in the US, was in 2003 because of MapleStory. I just shared some random tidbits. Yeah, loot boxes, has issues, yes. You drop pebbles? Oh, kitty! Okay, I will look at the kitty when I code more. If, honestly, like... Kitty. Do you have any questions about that? Hopefully the notes were easy enough to understand. Do you have any questions? Not at this time, because I literally have not looked at it because I was so busy with work. Like, literally, I would wake up. Sorry, when I said wake up, I already got System of a Down in my head. And I was like, no, we're not singing today. I was telling my brain, calm down. You're fine. You're doing fine. Honestly, I'm a little bit hyperactive because I can't believe that I posted something about a cursed food take I have, right? And then a gastroenterologist basically entered my DMs after I made that post. And I'm like, hello? I don't think any VTuber cursed food take has ever gotten the attention of a doctor in the room. And I'm like, hold up. What is happening? It's literally just me saying, if there's one food that I would eat for the rest of my life, it'd be ice cream. Like, I would eat olive oil ice cream. I would eat pear and blue cheese ice cream. I would eat a lot of flavors at least once. Honestly, I would have olive oil ice cream multiple times. It's so bomb. It's so bomb. Okay, I've distracted myself once again because of life. Yeah, that was kind of rapid fire. When I need to code. Nethyr need a code. Also, he typed something, and I'm like, huh? What he type? I distracted myself with the typing. What did he type?
To the top. And here, just need to add it in with the rest of my atlases. Just to keep them ordered, I will say hover atlas.
Ah, it's a hover atlas, not a grass atlas. Okay, got it. Okay, I can do it. I know what I'm doing. Not really. I don't really know what I'm doing. What am I saying? I know how to follow directions because that's what AI do, right? AI know how to follow directions. Okay. Okay, now it's fine. Cool. It's getting the right variable in. Alright. Let's continue.
And it is equal to vector 2i at coordinate, I believe it's 6, 0, yes.
Yeah, 6, 0. Let's go. I got that right.
So we have the hover atlas. I think that should be almost everything for this function. So let's just run this and see what happens. Okay, so it works, but you may notice the first thing is that it leaves a trail.
Yeah, we're not trying to leave a trail. That's kind of weird.
We obviously don't need that. We want to clear all of the previous hover tiles, and we only want one to be added where the mouse is sitting. So before we do anything here, once we've got our mouse position, we'll say clear hover tiles and add a fresh one under the mouse.
Okay, so that's how it works. I always like the hover feature in a game, but it's very interesting to see the behind the scenes on, like, what happens when you want to request accessibility to show that, hey, you actually are interacting with something. Quite a bit goes into it. You know? And I'm like, oh, that's why you have to set up accessibility at the start of game dev? Otherwise, like, your whole code has to be built, like, basically, you have to make sure that if you want to build a game with accessibility in mind, you have to have it in the foundation in the first place. Otherwise, trying to insert accessibility when the code already exists will make things a lot more complicated. Because you're changing the code a lot and like how to interact with it. So, yeah. That's why a vertical slice is always helpful to make first to see like, okay, is this fun? And then if you want to improve upon that one and want to continue with that little vertical slice and expand it, have accessibility in mind when planning for it, and then build the mechanics on top of that. At least that's how I see it. Let's see here.
And to clear it, we can just clear the entire layer. We'll call clear layer. This is a built-in tile map function, so I don't need to create this. And the layer is the hover layer. Now if we run it again, you can see it follows the mouse. As soon as we move, it clears the whole thing, so we're not leaving a little trail. But that works for the graph.
Okay, so clear layer, hover layer. Cool, just easy callouts. Easy does it. Okay. Clear layer. And I specifically the hover layer. I cannot test it because for some reason it won't. Yeah, there's a problem with this, and I don't know what the problem with this is. So I'm gonna ignore it until later. Like, I'm gonna double check the code and everything with like his code and see how that goes. What? Come on, I don't even go to Walmart. Shoo. Get out of here. Wait, it's called a deodorant. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all, okay, let me bring this ad back. This is a deodorant ad. Oh my god, that's nasty. Oh, get that out of here. Why did I bring it back? Disgusting. Disgusting. Ew, I don't want to look at some man's armpit. Gross. I don't want to see any pits. Get that out of my face. Funny enough, since this is a grid base, there's a lot of different consideration for mouse hovering than on other kind of games. Although I won't elaborate unless you're curious. That's your I don't know. Is YouTube telling me I'm stinky? Is that what YouTube is up to? Is YouTube calling me stinky for being late on my stream? How dare YouTube do that? How dare you? I can't believe YouTube has done me dirty, literally. Hi, Mighty Scandare. Hope you've been doing well. I'm just, you know, freaking out a bit at this ad that is telling me that, hey, you need deodorant. I don't need deodorant. I wear deodorant every day. I am not stinky. Okay. I'm clean. I am sanitized. I take very good care of myself. People tell me that I smell good. Also, if you actually meet me IRL, please do not actually smell me. But I've been told I smell great. Okay, let's get this ad out of the way. Also, do you want to hit with the error that you... Can you tell me? Can you just tell me? Because at this point, like, I don't mind some backseating here because I can't figure it out. I never have YouTube ads. By the way, I don't have premium. Oh, you don't have premium. Okay, so first, where is that total mine? So the total mines where is main GD. And is it because it's a constant? And this one is kind of like... Yeah, I don't know. It's right here. Constant total mines. Do I need to like call it in the tile map GD? Okay, that makes total sense. Okay, am I not like referring to this when I'm in tile map GD? Like, do I need to say like export or something? I'm guessing. How are you? I am existing. So basically the problem is that you're trying to get the parent object in the node map. So the parent is in here, but I'm calling it from this. Okay. So do I basically need to have a connection between the main GD and the tile map GD and then reference it here? As for how I am doing, I am 1, existing. 2, I am actually kind of relaxing a lot more now because my energy, I have most of my energy back. And I feel like I can do more things now. I can relax a little bit. I can focus more on me and my growth as an individual, as a person, as someone that wants to pursue a career. I could do a lot now. I could say the same. It's 5 a.m. and just watching random stuff. That's fun. Watching random stuff is so fun. I used to have TikTok, right? I would scroll endlessly. That's why I had to remove TikTok, and that's why I don't make content on TikTok because, oh my gosh, yeah. You could try setting up. Why were you censored, Toy? It's kind of weird. Toy, you good? You got censored by the Twitch. Are you okay? Yeah, the timer has to be under the node. Okay, I want to look back at the code and see what's up. Okay, let me. Because I can go to the GitHub of this person that I'm following, Coding with Russ. By the way, check their content out if you liked the tutorial so far, because they do wonderful work. Do they also use get? Yes, they also use the get parent. Actually, just to make things easier, here, this is the code that I am referencing. So, yeah, this is the original code of the tutorial that I'm following. If you want to like double check your coding in regards to this, that you can take a look there, because that's basically what I'm recreating myself. Let's see here. This has a lot of layers. Can you send a link to the video? Yeah, I can send a link to the video. Okay, this is the link to the video. Feel free to check it out with the title. I'll send you a screenshot of what you're missing for what I'm missing. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, I appreciate your assistance. This commercial, please end. Please, I don't need... Oh my god, this deodorant ad is like a full minute. How dare you? How dare you tell me that I'm stinky and take up a minute of my time? My time is precious and I will never get it back. I can't believe YouTube called me stinky. I gave up on learning about informatics. Just went the easy way with banks. I like learning about it, but would I do it as a career? No. Main reason, my head hurts doing this, so I can't imagine how someone who is coding professionally feels. Like, that is a lot. Hi, Acreon, welcome on in. I believe this is our first tech meeting. I'm Nethyr, the ex-final boss of No Pointer Live, a VTuber tech co-op, and today I am trying to make Minesweeper in Godot by following the tutorial. It is going as smoothly as you think it would go, which is not smoothly at all. Sent you a screenshot, but I'll explain it real quick. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Toy has been so helpful. Please follow Toylan, because they have been like helping me with Godot. I can reach out to them. They're really like, they're very nice about it. Oh, the HUD panel sprite 2D remaining mine. In your scene, your main scene tile. It's this, right? And HUD has total minds. So your timeout calls get parent, which calls the HUD. Interesting. Interesting, because I don't believe that ever appeared in the tutorial. Right? Is it showing in the video? Okay. Is it showing? Yeah, it's... Yeah, oh, you skipped ahead a little? Ah, that's why. That is why. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself, because if I get a... One, if you want to see... Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. I'm not so sure... Huh. Because I'm trying to think, like, if Coding with Russ didn't have this issue, but does that later, will that really resolve it? It makes me just want to double check, honestly. And I'm like, Okay, at least... Oh my gosh. Where'd everything go? Hello. Jeez, I was just trying to transfer it over and it does things. Oh wait, I skipped back. I see it. Check 1014. Oh, 1014, huh? Okay. Let me just expand this. Not another ad! How dare you? I've been added again! This time it's called Guardio. It's telling me to protect myself, which I do appreciate because I am an AI, so. Main has which holds total mines.
No tree.
Okay, so I am bringing it back to 1014.
I run this again. I'm showing the background like before. What's also on top of here is the tile map. We just haven't drawn anything in it yet. So we go back into our tile map script, and now we can access that variable. The variable that we created here, this total mines, which is inside our main script, we can pull that through into the tile map script. We remove this pass statement and we replace it with a for loop. I'll say for I in range, and I go into my get parent, and this will allow me to get a variable from the parent node, which is total underscore mines.
What? What? Isn't that what I just did? Yeah, it's here. What? For I in range, get parent, total mines. Huh? What? Coding's so confusing. Y'all, I swear. Okay, I'm looking at it. My eyeballs are gazing at the DMs. Please load DMs. Oh my goodness. Why is Godot so hard? That would explain it. But how? Okay, can you click on the main node? Yeah. Yeah. We need to instantiate. Remember what I said I knew about instantiating? Clearly I forgot. Okay. Okay, so we need to instantiate this, right? The main one with the tile map. Why do you keep getting censored every time you type, man? Are you okay? My goodness. I might need to look at Twitch to see what exactly you're typing. Oh my goodness. We love... Oh, it's a link! Oh, that would do it. Yeah. Because it looks like a link? Oh dear. Oh dear. It do. Main.g... Okay. So connect... Huh? So... Okay, so main node has the main GD, right? But I need to connect... I need to instantiate the tile map. How? What? Huh? Now there's two. I don't know if this is right, man. Okay, I don't know if that was right. Is that right? I'm a little concerned, y'all. I did say that I'm not exactly being very smart right now. So, you know, if you want, I can hop on call real quick and help you troubleshoot, because something seems wrong. Yeah, this seems wrong, and I'm like, yeah, something's off. But I'm gonna continue with the tutorial. You can mute call on stream if that makes you more comfy. Yeah, I prefer not to make phone calls like in the middle of stream because I don't know how it's gonna impact my stream actually. Because I already had technical difficulties earlier, so I'm like, it's not, my computer's not gonna explode, right? Like from the fact that, did I just confuse my P's and F's like a Filipino? Oh my gosh. Do you know what you have under run in project settings? No. Not anymore. I do not. I mean, it's probably set here, right? Configuration. Plugins. Nope. I do not know. Welp. I'm just existing, I guess. General tab run. Okay, okay. General... Application... What? Under run? Can I read? I don't know if I can read today, y'all. I cannot read. I'm a little... Under application. Oh. What? Why is that the main scene? That should be the main scene. What? What? That was wrong? Okay. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Okay, let's see now if it works. And it freaking Toy, you are the GOAT. Oh my gosh, Toy, thank you so much. But yeah, the hover clearly works here. Let's go. See that? It's not making a trail or anything. It's clearing the hover as I go to the next grid. I can make something interactable now. Let's go. Okay, see, and this makes me really happy. Thank you so much, Toy. I'm taking a sip because y'all, I need a hydrate. Yeah, Toy Tech helps win again. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just relieved that I can see it. Let's go. Okay, so anytime I'm like, okay, get the parent of something and it doesn't work and it's like the same formatting, I need to go check project settings to make sure I'm referring to the correct scene. Because clearly I was on the wrong scene. That's why it was not working. But now it works and I am a very happy person right now. Thank you so much. Ow. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue. Now that I have to worry. Actually, before I do that, we're gonna save. I'll note down to explain the get parent for tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. Wait, for tomorrow? I'll be out on Saturday, so Sunday is probably best for our call. It's like, it's kind of confusing, but what I'm guessing is that when you call the get parent, you're getting the info of total mines from like where it originated. That's what I'm assuming. Sunday sounds good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Saturdays I'm always out. I literally have to go touch grass. Otherwise my mental health, it would go like whoop whoop. It'll decrease. I would need to go to health center. Bye-bye. So yeah, I touch grass every Saturday. Get parent basically goes up one layer from the node map in the top lefty. Oh. So you see how time map is under under the main node? Yeah. Meep womp. Let's see. Alright, let's continue. It was muted. I'm so smart. Not really.
That works for the grass. But let's just get rid of the grass for a second. So we go
Wait,
back into our new game function. I'm just gonna add a comment here. Now we're back to the numbers.
I want to see the numbers. Okay, we're gonna check out the numbers if that works. Please, I want to see my numbers. Yes. Okay, so generate. Where's the generate? Hello? Generate. That's a number Alice. That's a function new game. So before the problem was the Tama was the topmost node. Yep. Yes, it was. Okay, so it's under function new game. Ah, yes, right there. Okay, we're gonna do this. Boop! And then we're gonna play it. And that's my numbers! It actually generates randomly. Let's go! Okay, so we have our little mines. Oh my goodness. It's like a... Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, the game is most of the way. Yeah! It is. It's just the interaction part. The hardest part was honestly like generating these mines and these numbers. That was the hard because like every new game you have to have these new ones. But after I get the hover layer done, I believe what's next would be like the UI, the user interface, so that when you like are defeated, you can like restart and stuff. I'm assuming it's the next part, which is awesome. So I'm like, ah! I'm very excited. We are getting progress. I am growing. I am leveling up in my skill, which is honestly like a really big achievement for me. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Toy. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can with the time I got.
We're not hovering on anything here, but that's not quite right. We don't want to hover over the empty cells. They don't need that. And of course, we can't hover over mine.
Godot is still a mystery for me. I couldn't make sense of how it works. So how I'm learning Godot is literally following these tutorials. Just going on YouTube, just typing Godot tutorial for any game that I'm interested in, like any game genre. It's gonna help you understand Godot a lot more. So for me, it took me quite a number of games to fully understand this. Also, No Name, welcome on in. It's nice to meet you. So really, like, understanding that the scene, the import, and this inspector node history, they're all connected to the center here. So it's kind of like, okay, this is the overview. Think of it as like your art layers. These are the layers that you are trying to transfer between the two, right? And then inside of each of these layers, you have this. You have your script, you have the 2D that appears in the tile map, and you'll be editing it here. And you can further edit this with these variables here. So it's like everything is just connected to each other. But it's easier to like learn it as you follow a tutorial and have some guidance through it. Otherwise, like, yeah, it will be a mystery. Okay, let's see here.
But we want to hover over the numbers. So let's just add another little condition inside this highlight cell function. The moment it's looking for only grass, we'll add an else statement. So if it's not grass, then if the cell is cleared, then only hover over number cells. And for that, we will need another function here. is_number.
Okay, so I did guess right earlier that the is grass is specifically for like, okay, how is the hover going to interact with the grass layer in particular? And then if there's no grass, how is the hover layer going to interact with the other elements? So like if it's a number or it's a mine or if it's blank, how is the hover going to interact? So that's what we're going to define next, is how hover layer interacts with the number layer. So we're going to scroll down. That's why we hit the grass part so that we know what we're working with. So it's going to be here. Else. And then define that. So if the cell is cleared, then only hover over number. Not gonna lie, knowing that I can like code quite a bit, I have an idea where with my future projects, people can see my code. But when you look through the code, there might be another thing inside of it that people can see. And I can do some little cool things with that. Let's see here. Okay, I defined that. Because like, because my content, let's see this. Let's see. I feel like a big problem is also a lot of the concepts can be unintuitive if you don't have a computer science background as well. Since loops and recursion, etc., might as well be a foreign language to most people. If you don't have a computer science background, you kind of have to struggle with understanding code and also struggle with learning Godot at the same time, which is crazy overwhelming if you're not yeah, for me, I did not have, like, my background in coding is almost non-existent, which is kind of surprising for someone of my background who works in the games industry. Yes, you can work in the games industry without knowing how to code because, hey, the games industry actually needs different types of talents to function in a company and sustain it. So, little fun fact there. But because I did not have a coding background, I had a hard time with Godot. And there's a lot of things that it still overwhelms me, which is why I'm always on training wheels when I learn Godot, because I don't want to get too lost, because due to my lack of a programming background, there's just some things that I won't know that would be very simple for someone with a programming person can do. So I put myself on training wheels to like do the best I can with what I got, and then learn from what I got so that I can apply what I learned from the tutorial to a future project of mine. I do want to make my own personal project that does not use a tutorial, but something that I designed personally. And go from there. If you ever run into questions or need some quick bug fixing, just let me know. I know things aren't super easy to read in the debugger sometimes, so I won't ever judge you if you need a helping hand here and there. Thank you! Honestly, like, I'm really happy that the programming community, especially for game dev, they're so nice and so sweet. Like, it's so fun to interact with them. Like, there's a lot of them on Blue Sky, and it's just been so fun to, like, meet people there. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to define the is number here.
Which is going to be at mouse position. We'll create this in a second. But
oh yeah, mouse position, duh, because we're referencing the mouse position there. That makes sense, yeah.
Just to complete this, copy the section from up here. It's exactly the same. It's going to be onto the hover layer. At the mouse position, we add this hover tile. We need to create this helper function. So we
and in the helper function. Wow, we're going to be referencing a lot of things. Okay. There's layers upon layers and layers. Which is nice because, like, one of the things I can grasp quite easily is how something is organized. And let's see here. But yeah, you may be wondering, how am I in the games industry when I work in a AAA gaming company? Well, when you get to know that, one, that you want to be in the games industry and you're not very good at coding or understanding it, you have to figure out your strengths from there. Because it's really hard to achieve a goal without knowing what stats to work with. So for me, I had to really understand my own strengths and figure out what I can do from there. Like, sure, I can pursue a specific job title, but what if the talents and skills that I have don't really match up to the job? If they know that it doesn't match up to the job, then how can you sustain in that specific job in the first place? So, one, I had to ensure that my skills were like, my skills, my personality, and my talents naturally fit the job that I was very interested in. And I really customize it, and not only that, I get to know other people within the industry, in that specific subset of the industry, and see how they feel about it, and if I can relate to them as well. Because if I can work with them well, and they like me, and I like the work that they're doing, that's probably a hit. And that means I need to try attempting to do projects that are related to that. So that's actually something I do want to talk about in a future video. Yes, a video, not a stream, where I talk about how do you enter the games industry without knowing programming. Because that can be kind of a mystery to people. Because you would assume that to be in the games industry, you have to be a programmer. That is not necessarily true. I will say though, that is more likely to be needed in the indie space. But if you want to go into the AAA space, you don't really need to. What helps though is having a passion for games and knowing the industry. But yeah, little fun fact there. Let's see here. What was I doing? Okay, I got the set layer, the mouse position. Every time I see POS, I want to say something else, but we're not that channel. Yes, we're gonna make a helper function. I got distracted by my own little rant. Y'all, I've been ranting so much. Well, not like ranting, but like derailing myself because, you know.
It may not seem like it's entirely useful to create these helper functions, but that's because we're only calling them 1 or 2 times.
Okay, so we're gonna call this one. And then we're gonna call this the is number. Because we're referencing up here, so we need to go with the number layer. I believe that's what it's called. I'm gonna double check.
At the moment. But as this game grows, you'll see we call this is number, is grass, is mine quite regularly. And so it does help and it makes it a lot more readable to understand what is that function actually looking for. We change that from grass to number, and then here from the layer we change that to number as well.
I did
With
it!
the grass still hidden, let's see. So on the empty cells nothing happens, on the mines nothing happens, on the numbers we have the hover effect.
Okay, so I have a feeling I could probably do the ground one by myself. I kind of want to try it out, because I'm kind of getting the pattern here that you're going to have it here, else if. You know, looking at this tutorial code, I really do find a surprising amount of appreciation for how, right? It's so detailed. I'm happy to see your progress, but gotta go sleep. Okay, thanks for coming by to hang out, Griot. Have a good night. Thank you for coming by. Okay, we're gonna play. Let's see. Oh, yes, it does hover. It does hover. Okay. So it's doing the thing for all of the numbers. So 1, 2, 2, 3. It's doing the thing. It's doing the thing. It's interacting. I'm so happy. That didn't explode yet, but like, whoa, everything's hovering. Man, to see such a simple interaction that most of us take for granted, and then being able to code is so nice. Although it's not how I would write it, since I'm a little bit more familiar with code. I can see that the tutorial maker was thinking about how to make it readable for new coders, which is like super cool. Yeah, so being able to teach something is a whole different skill set altogether, and not every programmer has the capability of teaching, just like how every person that supposedly has a talent that they want to teach, but the ability to teach, totally different skill set. It takes a lot more communication and like really breaking it down. And honestly, like that's why I went with Coding with Rust, because this person has 50k subs at least. That means their tutorials are pretty good. So that sounds reputable to me. So I decided to try it out, and I'm like, wow, I really like the detail that this person has. I'm currently struggling with trying to plan out my class schedule since my professor has let me hold a mini crash course for my uni. Oh, that's awesome. That's a really awesome opportunity, but also it sounds like you give too much of yourself to other people, but you don't give your time to yourself, and that's something you need to be careful of. I've been a tutor for a super long time, but it'll be my first time helping people less one-to-one. Ooh, that can be a really big challenge. But if you aim to be a teacher, that's a really good experience to have. But if it's an experience that doesn't align with your own personal goals of where you want to go, Tech Hub is my passion. Okay, so if that's your passion and that is something that you want to do for like a career, definitely go for it. But do not burn yourself out, especially when you're in college. I have been in your shoes in college, and you have to be careful because college is like the best place to figure out your limitations, but also like going way beyond your limits can hurt you in the long run. So the opportunity sounds really cool. Let's go. Tutoring 13 plus comp sci class. I'm a toy. That does make me a little bit concerned. Not everyone is capable of doing that for a very long time. So I hope that you're taking time for yourself too. I know you're even helping me out like an hour a week, but I'd like you to take time for yourself too. Like, if you're not able to take care of yourself, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to help people. And this might be unsolicited advice, but it's something that I personally learned because in college I saw a lot of opportunities where I could help out, right? But I realized that stretching myself so thin meant that I'm not taking care of me. And the only person that can truly help me is myself. In order to get what I want, I need to make sure that I know what I want and be able to pursue opportunities that are relevant to me. I take a lot of time to self-care, don't worry. I'm the kind of person who gets more energized from teaching people. Oh! A very extroverted. Thank you for caring about me, though. Oh, it's okay. It's no problem. Yeah, I like to take care of my viewers and people that I meet a lot because I know how it feels when it feels like no one really cares. And that's something that I want to make sure people don't feel. I know what it feels like to be alone and to be scared and to be fearful. So I don't want that for my viewers. I don't want that for you all, for you guys at all. Ah, no, not the ad. No! Not the ad, mid-speech. Damn. I was making an emotional speech, and I got interrupted by an ad again. The ads today, they're being atrociously disgusting to me and disrespecting me. How dare these ads interrupt me during my own villain monologue? I'm kidding. It's not a villain monologue. It is a monologue, but I'll repeat what I just said when the ad is done. But self-care is something that I'm quite passionate about because I know what it's like to be in a state where you can't really help anybody. And you to the point where you can't help yourself. So I want to make sure that my viewers take care of themselves. I know y'all want to support me, but it just means a lot. Oh, Lamau, I forgot to turn my playback speed, and I legit thought you were doing a bit for a second. Hi, Brex. Welcome back. Welcome on in. Hope you've been doing well. I hope college wasn't too much on y'all. Funny enough, seeing this code, I'm 100% sure you have all the elements you need to make a visual novel, although probably not enough experience to put all those pieces together. Yeah. Pretty much. The thing is, though, I need to write a script for said visual novel and probably, like, gather some artists to help me make assets for said visual novel, because one of my ideas, because a lot of you requested this for some reason, you guys want a dating sim of me? And I'm like, are you sure you want to date me? Because I wouldn't date myself. I'm a mess. College is going decent. I am in the service dog training class. Oh, and you got to meet you got to meet the dogs. Let's go. There were a lot of good boys. Y'all are seeing a bunch of animals. I love that for y'all. I love that. That's so cute. Service animals, I respect them so much. I like to look at them, but never pet them unless it's with permission because they're busy doing their job, their big animal job, and I'm like, they're so cute. I'll help you with that. Oh, thank you for the hydrant, Likeable. And speaking of Likeable, you're one of the few people that have requested a dating sim of me. Why? Okay, you're telling me to hydrate again. Fine, I'll hydrate again. I'll drown in my water if you want me to. Fun fact, you can actually drown by taking... Thanks, Likeable. Fun fact, if you drink too much water at once, you can actually drown. The more you know. Okay, Likeable, you can stop. You can stop. I'm good. I'm hydrating, jeez. I know y'all wanted a lot more chatting, but I also want to finish this. Also, Toy, did the ad finish? And also, what was the part that got cut off so that I can repeat it for you? Because I'm not done giving my unsolicited advice. This is legit the best college class. We get to help train service dogs, take them around campus, and just spend time with them. And I took the class by mistake? You didn't know it was a dog class? Oh my gosh. Honestly, that's the best accident class ever. I hope you can stay in that class and get like the right credits. Oh my god, what if you became a service dog trainer? That'd be so good. I don't mind you giving unsolicited advice if you let me give you unsolicited tech advice sometimes when I see you struggling real bad. Okay, 1-to-1. Done. Okay, I give unsolicited life advice. That's 1 coupon in exchange for unsolicited tech advice. Cool. Oh my god, that should be... That honestly should be a redeem. Like, if you've been in the chat for that long and get that many points, you can redeem unsolicited backseating ticket. So, like, a backseat ticket for anyone who wants a backseat my coding. Oh, it is for a credit that I needed. It's a leadership credit that I needed for my degree, so it all works. Oh, let's go. Because 1, why not? 2, it would be cute to date AI. 3, we like dating sims. And 4, we would play it and give it your... Oh god, gosh. Honestly though, it'd be a very interesting challenge to write a dating sim starring me. But also like, oh my gosh, I would feel so embarrassed. Like, imagine if I like playtest my own dating sim, and it's me talking to myself and voicing myself, and like, gosh, the inception of it. I feel very uncomfortable. I would not date a clone of myself. I would be very uninterested in that sort of. Do it? You want me to like stream myself playing my own dating sim? Y'all, that's cringe as hell. Y'all want me to do something that cringe? Are you sure? Are you sure about that, Likeable? We're gonna code now, okay? We've been delaying it. The dating sim should have a 99% failure rate. Only the most hardcore gamers can prove it. Make it the Dark Souls of dating. Oh god. Oh gosh. Y'all make me nervous sometimes. Like, do you want that for yourselves? The Dark Souls of dating. Right? It sounds so intense. And it's like, isn't that just Elden Ring? Though, wait, isn't Elden Ring the dating sim of Dark Souls? Because you get a wife out of that? I'm pretty sure that's the dating sim of Dark Souls. Am I wrong? Because I know there's wife material there. Right? I'm pretty sure you get married to someone and you get sword. You get sword wife or something. I don't know. I haven't played Elden Ring. I just heard things from other people. Every date there is intense boss music and you have to do a hard... Wait. At that point, you're asking me to make a dating sim and mini games. Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
So that's the highlight working perfectly. We can go back up here and just comment this out to bring our grass back on.
France.
With all of that done, we can now start looking at mouse input.
Oh my gosh. Listen. I don't know about Elden Ring. My computer died before I could get super far into it. I'm so— oh no, that's the worst. I'm so sorry. That's the worst. Okay, did I finish the hover layer? I think I finished the hover layer. Also, I was supposed to say something about self-care, but I'm kind of forgetty right now. My brain is spaghetti and I'm forgetty right now. I forgot. I was gonna do something here. Yeah, I was gonna remove the hashtag. Like, hashtag generate grass. Hashtag. I need to stop going into Valley Girl for no reason. Okay, so yes, next step is the mouse input, because when we want to click on it, we want the grass to be unveiled and show me whether or not I got a mine or a number. I die. Oh, you died to auto mod. Yeah, no cursing is allowed here, buddy. Nothing like that. Nothing inappropriate. This is a very family friendly space. Yes. You didn't. Wait. What did you do it in? What did you? Well, toy. What did you do instead? Come on. Was it a link? Because I know YouTube automod is kind of strict. Anyway, it's 11:30 and I'm exhausted from classes. Have a good rest of stream, Sensei. Thank you for coming by, Brex, and always supporting. I really appreciate it. Brex is one of my regulars since, like, before you see this model. Brex has seen my 2021 model. Like, mid-2021 model. And he's been around ever since then, so I really appreciate Brex coming by to visit. Even though my content has changed. Yeah, like 2020, which is insane. It's insane. I officially debuted January 1st, 2021. That's technically my anniversary, but I kind of don't want my anniversary on New Year's anymore, so with the re-debut, I reset it. I'm going to reset it. A lot of the canon information is going to be changing, so it's definitely a re-debut rather than like a rebrand per se. Basically, I'm gonna have a new canon. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna work on mouse input. I'm very excited because that means the clicky things.
So we go down to where we've got our process function, and just before that, I'm going to define an input function. This is something that's built into Godot, but we have to define it in case we want to use it.
Defining the input function of sales. Fascinating. Okay. So scroll down past surrounding cells, wherever they are. That's mine count. No. Hello? Where is it? If target cell is middle cell. Target cell. What? Is it in main? No, it's not in main. It's in tile map. Where is the surround? Is it in here? No. Interesting. Oh, this is it. Okay, so it's after this part. Before delta, we're going to define the function input. Let's see your function. Underscore input. I don't know why. It's. Oh, wait, I need a colon. Okay, I'll put a colon. Alright. Let's go.
I pass input, and inside the brackets is the event. So the event I'm going to be looking for is the mouse button. So I'll say if event is input event mouse button. And if that's the case, then something is being clicked. First of all, I need to do a check here to see if the mouse is on the game board. The reason I need to check for that is because if you remember, go back to this 2D view on our main scene, below the actual grid we have this little space down here, and that's going to be used for eventually our HUD. So I don't want to be able to click down there right now. I only want to be able to click on the board.
No! I got added again. How dare thee? Okay, we are going to just play through the ad and I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna lay down, but don't be afraid to poke me if you run into a Snapple. Yeah, no prob. Just relax. Ooh, hi, joyful jesters. Welcome on in. I'm Nethyr, the ex-final boss of No Pointer Live, a VTuber tech co-op. Right now, I'm learning Minesweeper in Godot. So my whole journey so far is learning the Godot engine to one day make my own little personal projects that are related to my VTuber lore and make some little games here and there. Like I plan to make a visual novel to really see how I can like manage the Godot engine and then possibly do like an RPG Maker-esque game, which helps because these grids that I'm learning right now, it's going to be helpful for that. And along with a roguelite, specifically a mystery dungeon, because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I want to be able to make a game with similar mechanics. Just for fun, but VTuber-esque. So, you know. But yeah, it's nice to meet you. I hope you've been doing well. You know, I should iterate that Nethyr is starting to code a dating sim soon. More likely to we shall see. We shall see with the dating sim. Because I'm like, how far should I go with the dating sim in terms of art and assets? Because like I can have some. Ma'am, I would like to subscribe to you if you teach some coding stuff. Do you do that? So I personally do not teach coding stuff, unfortunately. I am learning coding stuff. So what you can do is to follow along with me and we can learn to code together. I wanted to provide that because there's a lot of tutorials around, but not necessarily something that's like, hey, let's learn to code together so that you're not alone in that journey. Now, make a dating sim yourself and my life is yours. And my life is yours. Oh my gosh. Where is the parasocial here? Hello? Hello? Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm worried. But yeah, actually, we should talk about the dating sim as a project, because y'all seem a little bit excited, but if it's gonna be custom to you guys, we should try design a game design document together to see like what kind of scenarios that you all want for the dating sim. I think that'll be a little bit more fun, especially for those that have been around for a very long time. I want to make something to thank those that have been supporting me since the beginning and for a very long time. So That'd be a really fun Now I'm having a Dunkin' Donuts ad. You know, I never had Dunkin' Donuts. I do like donuts, but I just never had Dunkin' Donuts. It didn't, like, interest me, per se. I'm more of a Krispy Kreme person. Can you teach some simple coding stuff? Can I? Well, not at this time. But I do have experience in the game dev industry, and I can teach people about what it's like to work in the game dev industry. But simple coding stuff, not at this time. Right now, I'm still in the learning phase, so I don't think it's appropriate for me to teach just yet until, like, I fully master what I learned. Let's see here. Because I don't want to send people the wrong direction when it comes to coding. Yeah, so I'd rather, like, learn coding alongside people, because that's fun. Okay.
What I'm doing here with this check.
Okay, let me define that real quick. We're gonna put in the mouse input. So here in the function input, we are going to do if the event is input event mouse button, and then we want to do a check of sorts if the mouse is specifically on the game board, because we don't want it on the HUD area at this time. But I will say, my group mates in No Pointer Life are probably better equipped with teaching coding. Me, I am the beginner. I'm a beginner, ma'am. Actually, do you know how to learn to code in Godot? I'm learning that right now. Let me see here. But if you want to learn more stuff about Godot, I actually recommend Expired Popsicle. She does a lot of coding in Godot, and she's a group mate of mine. She actually released an open source 3D tracking software that's completely open source, specifically for VTubers, that tracks their 3D model and their facial movements. So, highly recommend that. Actually, let me show it. Oh, what the heck? I feel like I showed my insides on accident. Jeez Louise. Okay, so let me show Expired Popsicle's work, because it's out. Like, out. I'm very excited for her. Please support her. Expired Popsicle. And it's called Snack Studio. She's super sweet too. Yeah, so I'm gonna recommend my group mate for this. Definitely check her out, please. And definitely ask her more Godot questions, because she has a lot more info than I do. In her project. Are you working on a game? Yes, so I'm working on learning Minesweeper right now. So let me show you a little sneak peek. Oh, okay, this one needs to be formed first. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm still learning, but just to make things easier. How's that doing? Okay. Okay, so right now it has the hover layer and everything. But also, it shows the numbers underneath, so it generates Minesweeper. So let me do this. And now you can see the numbers. This is randomly generated each time. So once I put in the mouse input, I'm able to, like, have a little bit more of the gameplay of Minesweeper. And this was a game that was chosen by chat to recreate. So I just followed the tutorial and tried to learn as much as I can, although a lot of it can be overwhelming. So it's definitely a learning experience. And it's a good one too. Because honestly, like, I hope that... Oh, that's myself. No, we're not seeing myself. Okay, where is it? Where's my video? Ah, there it is. Thing I was referencing. It's over here.
And to check that, I'll say if event.position.y is...
Fine mechanism, but it seems a little dry to me. Don't mind, please. It's all good. Yeah, I decided to learn how to remake classic games in Godot because it really shows the basics, but also I like learning about games history. I think it's fascinating, especially when I'm diving into something and maybe a little change in sprites would be better. Yeah, I think so, but for now I'm focusing on the coding part. If I want to focus on the art assets, that is a whole different type of stream altogether. So that's why it's a little bit dry, because I'm trying to learn more of the function.
Less than rows multiplied by cell size. If that is the case, then we'll get our map position. So we've already done that just recently. So we'll say map position is equal to local to map. So we convert X and Y coordinates into the tile map grid position. The value we're going to use here is event.position. Because when we get a mouse button down event, it actually records the coordinates at which that event happened. So I don't need to check again what the mouse coordinates here are. It's already saved in this event. Now that we have...
Okay, let me put that into my code now. Let's see, I've made a physics-based game. I need to work on back end in another engine. Oh, I see. What kind of games do you want to make with Godot? If you don't mind me asking. Let's see. Go check this keyboard. Let's see here. If event.position character of y is less than the rows multiplied by the cell underscore size, colon the variable map position local to oh dear, I typed it wrong. Oh boy. Map position. This is why you need to look at the screen. Oh! Hello! I've been foiled! Salvi, welcome on in!
This is big brain time.
Yeah, big brain. Oh, you made a slingshot kind of square emoji. Stretch and shoot. Oh, that's cute! By falling down, you lose and collect coins and a candy to win level. Oh, that sounds fun! Obstacles between gameplay. Nice. Hey, Salvi, welcome on in. Hope you've been doing well. Thank you again for moderating. I'm getting through my coding right now quite a bit. I'm making Minesweeper in Godot right now. Local to map and then to the event dot. As for my own coding experience, I'm a beginner, like a complete beginner. I'm trying my best. Okay, what is going on here? If the event is input event mouse button, okay. If event.position.y times cell size, variable map position, local to map event position. Interesting. The function signature doesn't match the parent. What? It doesn't? Interesting.
Of this variable, we can look for either a left or a right click. We can say,
I subscribe to you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Joyful Jesters. I appreciate it. It means a lot because I want to get closer to 1,000 on YouTube and 1,000 on Twitch. That's my own personal goal. I'm very close to 1,000 on Twitch right now because I'm around 920 something. So I basically need around 70 plus, and then I'll be 1,000 on Twitch, and then I'll continue working on my YouTube. Oh, isn't I've been busy with work after TwitchCon. Ooh, how was TwitchCon? Was it fun?
if event button underscore index is equal to mouse button left. So these are all.
What's the celebration if I hit 1K? Maybe redebut would be sooner, actually. Like, if I reach 1K, I might redebut sooner. I might start just using the model right out the gate. So, if you want to see my model move, because I do have it, and it's fully rigged, help me get to 1K on both YouTube and Twitch. It was very fun. Are you following any YouTube channels? Yes, so the one that I'm following right now is Coding with Russ. Highly recommend them. I can get the link for that for you. You want me to make merch? I do have plans for merch. But let me get the YouTube link for you. I do have ideas for merch, and I do know a couple viewers will be getting free merch because they donated to my one donathon that I had a few years back. So people who donated to that donathon during an emergency will be getting that free merch. But otherwise, people will have to pay for the merch. That is my pending plan. We shall see how that goes. But yes, I am planning merch in the future. I don't know who will be selling it, like who will be my supplier and such, but I have been building assets over time for merch. And I do know a couple people in the scene, in the VTuber scene, that do sell VTuber merch. So I might contact them for my merch. So keep an eye out. Because I do want to plan something quite nice for the redebut. Let's see here.
Presets inside Godot. I don't have to define these. And if
would you like to use paid software like Sprite, or would you like to go for open source tools? So I already have Sprite, and I would love to learn pixel art because I really like the pixel art style myself, like a lot. So I would probably like work with Sprite quite a bit, but I wouldn't mind learning anything open source. But the person that really vouches for open source, that would be Kiri. Talk to Kiri about that. Oh my goodness, she has a lot to say. Like she's so cool and smart. Me, I'm really still learning about the tech space as much as I can, and with the time I have. But I'm generally open to learning anything, as long as it's not like ethically bad. Event.button index equals mouse button left, and yes, and probably calling the map or generate grass.
event dot pressed. If that is met, then that means that we have clicked with the left mouse button. For now, I'm not.
Would you like to play my game before it's launched for test next month? Oh, so I unfortunately cannot do that because it's a conflict with my work. So I can't really test or review people's games due to my current job. It's because it's considered a it's a conflict of interest, actually. Because if you look at my little bio, you might notice where I work. It's kind of fun to say where I work, but at the same time, I'm like, I just want to be low-key. I'm just chilling, that's all. Okay. But generally, like, I can play a game if it's for fun, right? But if it's something that's like helping someone with their game launch, that's a whole different circumstance, unfortunately. Like, I'm rooting for indie game devs and such. I just can't interact too much. It's fine, no problem. Maybe you're feeling unstuck. That's perfectly fine. Oh no, it's due to a contractual reason.
I'm going to process the left click, so I'm just going to pass in here.
You pass. Alright.
And instead, I will add another comment to say right click, places and removes flags.
So we're gonna type pass. You will go there. You are now in the red. Oh boy. So I'm just typing a comment so that when I look at this code in my own time, I'll understand what exactly I coded, and then I can use this code to reference like the future stuff that I'm going to program.
And I will add an elif statement, which is going to be the same as.
Hi, Purple Fish. Welcome on in. Hope you've been doing well. Do you know what type of game genres Europe and US like to play? Oh boy. So statistics regarding that. Usually when it comes to marketing information, to my knowledge, that I thought you were in a VC with someone. It was just yeah, it's a tutorial. Yeah, I'm just vibing with the tutorial right now. But, okay, so information regarding what type of game genres Europe and US like to play. So, from what I know, that sort of information is usually, like, under lock and key. Because for companies, they have their own methods of acquiring that information. And there's also third parties that acquire that information. But because they're services, you have to pay them to acquire that type of information. And what you're requesting is marketing information. And that's something I do not have. So what might be better as an alternate strategy in regards to your question is to look into the kind of audience that would play your games. Have you heard of Bartle's player types? I'm assuming you do know what that is, but there is another one that I want to bring to your attention. I'm trying to remember what it's called. So, player types. It's not Bartle's player types. It's something related to player types. It's not this one. It's Quantic Foundry. Okay, as a general person. Okay, so what I'm suggesting is that it might be more advantageous to look into Quantic Foundry for this. But as a general person? To be honest, that's a really big question. That's why I personally cannot answer it, because for me to properly answer that question, I would need a lot of data. And my data is very biased based on my own current information, because I, as a gamer, am more particularly interested in games that have lots of character customization, RPGs, farming sims. That's what I'm very into. Okay, bye. Nice talk. Keep it up. Hope you grow more. Thank you, Joyful. Have a good time. Yeah, so Quantic Foundry is pretty interesting. Thank you, Joyful Gestures, for coming by. I think it's hard to get a single general person you could go for. Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult. That's why I advise, like, look into the audience of people who would play your type of game. Knowing your game genre, I think, would be a very big strength here. So yeah, basically this is like a motivation model for like types of games. So if you know what exact audience you want, it's going to be easier to design a game for them. I actually plan to make a video essay involving Quantic Foundry and like Bartle's player types, but this is a little sneak peek. Basically the goal of the video would be like an alternate strategy for like choosing games to stream by finding like-minded audience members. And how do you do that? Well, you play the games that you like in general, but keep in mind of the motivation of the people that would watch that content for the game. So, little sneak peek to the future that I am still writing up. I'm very excited for that one, but I'm thinking that my first set of video essays would probably be geared towards, what's it called? Yeah, I'm probably gonna be making more personal video essays, like, okay, this game inspired me to be a game dev, and here's why. And how did this change my perception of game dev and stuff like that. I wanted to provide that first for video essays, and then dive deeper into like, how do you use tools that game devs use for content creation, especially if you're a VTuber, because I think that'd be a very interesting angle when a lot of VTubers mainly go for gaming streams, and how does understanding game design and the games industry will benefit that content creator that chose to be a gaming streamer. Because I really want to like connect the dots there. I'm mostly trying to make games that exist in the Venn diagram of what to make money and what I enjoy making. So here's the thing. When you're making a game with the intention of money, it's very difficult. Every game that exists is a miracle. And every game that is able to be successful and sustain an individual or a company is an additional miracle. Because there is a lot of, most of the intention is surviving. Gotcha. Yeah, because like there's a lot of variables in mind when trying to make a successful game. So you have to be really careful. Okay, I'm gonna continue with my Minesweeper. We're gonna do an else if statement of sorts for the mouse button input.
Above actually, so I'm gonna copy this down, but I just change it to mouse button.
Right. I knew it. Hehe. I can guess already on what this person will say. Let's go. Wait, that's my Godot. Oh no. I switched it. Okay. So we're gonna get an else if statement. Elif. That is myself. That's not what we want. We wanted the tutorial. We do not want to see myself. That's a little bit awkward. Dun, 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 dun. So else if, and then we're gonna copy this and then change it to right. There we go.
So if we get a right click, then we want to be able to put down flags. I'm going to do this outside of this event function. I don't.
Making progress, I see. You can kind of predict things that. Yeah, sorta. That means I am learning. Yep. W, making good strides. Back to the void. Okay, have a good rest.
I don't want this to get too big, so we add more to it. So I'm going to call another function, which we'll define right now. So this is going to be process underscore right underscore click. And in here, we'll pass this map position.
Okay, I never seen process right click, so that kind of implies that if I click on something, the next thing that's referring to is what I actually click on. Maybe.
So let's define this function now. We'll define it down here just below, which is process right click, and it takes the code.
Ah, it's a function that, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's a function I defined, and I'm gonna edit that further. Okay, so right here, process right underscore click, clickety clack. Okay. And then, yes. Define the function here. Function process right or click. Oh yes, and I need to define that it's a map position right here. Right there. Okay.
Unit of position. When we right click on a cell, we want to be able to put down a little flag to mark that there's potentially a mine there. But we only want to be able to put it down onto a grass cell. That's the first check we're going to do. Check if it is a grass cell.
Oh, interesting. It's teaching me like, okay, what kind of things do I need to test to make sure that one, the function is working correctly as intended, and two, also checks the order of things. I wonder why this is being funny. Expect the indent block after. Oh. There we go. Okay. Yep. I edited the indent.
And we can do this with our helper functions. If is underscore grass. So we pass in that position coordinate, and it will tell us, is that a grass tile? Well, if it is, then we can place down a flag. But what if there's already a flag? Well, we don't want to be able to place a second flag on top of it. So we'll come back to that in a second, but we'll just add a temporary function here. So we'll say if is underscore flag, which we haven't defined yet. We'll have to create this. I think this might be the last of these helper functions. And we'll say pass for now. And we'll add an else statement. So if we don't have a flag there, then let's put one down. We'll say set underscore cell onto our flag layer, which we've defined at coordinates pause tile, oops, that's wrong, tile ID, and lastly the flag atlas.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I don't think we've defined yet either.
Yeah, there's a couple things we have not defined there. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, so underneath, yeah, underneath the process right click, starting there. So if the is grass, and you position, and then if is flag is already in the position, then we pass it. Else, we set the cell. I'm assuming that's when we actually established the flag. Layer. Oh. Position. File ID. And flag atlas, which we have not defined. Yep, it is screaming at me now. Screaming in red. Oh boy.
So there's a couple of things to do here. Let's go and create this variable first. We go back up to the top, and I have my
Oh, BRB. Something came up. My bad, sorry about that. My kitty wanted attention. He is now in the room with me. He is now supervising my coding, so that means we are going to get more work done. And yes, that BRB screen is one of my favorite things I ever got. I kind of want to like get a more improved version of that, but it's so cute. It's just me, well, it's not twerking per se. Yes, my kitty is my producer. Hello, buddy. Hello. He is checking the perimeter. He is staring at me. He gave me a blink, telling me that I did a good job so far. Oh, he gave me a double blink. That means I did a really good job. Oh my gosh, kitty. You okay, kitty? You look a little bit sleepy. It's not twerking. It is technically a Filipino dance called Ocho Ocho O. What Ocho Ocho is basically a more, so you know how twerking looks a lot more fluid, right? Right? Like as if there's like you have your frame A and your frame B, and there's a lot of tweening between it so that it feels very smooth animation wise, right? Ocho Ocho O is when there is no tweening. It is just point A, frame A, and frame B. You have one movement, moves the other movement. There is no smooth transition between the two. It's very stuttery. You're Googling it. Okay. Okay. It is an old Filipino dance. It's very funny. It is part of what I grew up with, okay? Please do not blame me. It's a little silly. Although it's kind of funny to reference things from the Filipino channel. Also, I will study. Okay. Okay, you're gonna study the dance? Oh gosh. Honestly, like, you know, a dream thing that could be really cool, but also it would make me so embarrassed. It's that one day, like, I have a presentation at a convention of some kind, like a VTuber convention, and for some reason, y'all come out and do the Ocho Ocho O in front of me, and I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness, y'all embarrassing. Honestly, that's a goal. That's a goal. Like, if I become that big as a VTuber where I get invited to a convention for myself and I get to witness that, that'd be amazing. That'd be so amazing. I hope that would get recorded. Like, I would watch that on repeat. Like, that's a dream. That's a dream right there. To be invited to a convention to, like, do a panel, a talk. I have actually been to one convention, but I was just a panelist. Your Oshi mark is that dance. Actually, my Oshi mark, it is 2 Oshi marks. So I have a snake Oshi mark to represent my my little snake form. I also have something that represents alchemy and, you know, science. So it's like, man, what's it called? Man, I have to remember how to type it. But I will show it to you real quick. Wow, no! What the heckin'? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get the Oshi mark. Oh, it looks like chemistry. Chemistry emote, right? It's the little flask thingy. Excuse me. Let me see here. It's similar to a test tube, but a little bit more ancient. It's not a petri dish. That'd be kind of funny as an Oshi mark, though. A petri dish of all things. I'm just bacteria. Like, oh my goodness. Man. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that term is. What is that? Yeah, it's called an alembic. So my other Oshi mark is the alembic. This is specifically used in alchemy. So if you're very familiar with Fullmetal Alchemist, a certain character appears inside of an alembic. So that is my other Oshi mark. And hey, it kind of matches my coat too. With the bluish green and like the glass stuff. So yeah, the snake and the alembic are my Oshi marks. So if y'all are my netizens, please use those 2 emotes. I know it's a little silly, but like, I like it. So I'm gonna do what I like. That's all. Yeah. Now I'm trying to remember what I was doing.
Atlas is here. So flag atlas is this one here, which is 5-0. So just to keep them in.
Oshi mark is so cute as a concept, I dig it, right? Diamaba. No way, did you call me stinky? Bobby. We just met, you and I. We just met for the first time. And the first thing you say to me is I'm stinky? Ano ba? I know a little bit of Tagalog. And the amount of Tagalog that I do know, you live, thought you dead. Ah. Yeah, I did not die. I'm back. Although I will say that I'm kind of infrequent due to life events. And I was like, life is hitting me really hard. So sometimes I'll have a bit of a break and then I'll stream again. But yes, I'm alive. I'm very much alive. And I'm like, why'd you see that to me? Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, I knew it. You did call me stinky. How dare you? I'm not fluent in Tagalog, by the way. I want to learn, right? But I'm currently learning another language at the moment. I'm learning Godot. And then Tagalog. And then trying to improve my career. Kind of difficult, yeah. But I do know a little Spanish. Un poquito español. Pero... Espanol? Muy mal. Godot is a real deep language. Yeah, it's real deep. Yes. Oh, Kitty? What is it? Is my supervisor upset? Hi, buddy. Hi, do you need something? Do you need to get out? What's wrong? I don't know what you need. You have to communicate to me, you know? We had a talk with HR where you need to be more open with your communication and not, like, being physical. HR would not be happy with you, with how you're behaving, Darcy, Mr. Darcy. Hold on, my cat is being a cat. Okay, and it's almost 10:15. Sometimes, though, my cat acts up a little bit because he's telling me to sleep. He's like, you're too loud. You need to go eepy. I think he's trying to tell me to go eepy. But I also want to finish my tutorial, so this is going to be a little bit of a dilemma. Oh, you're telling me Spanish. Lo siento. Okay, I'm trying to translate that in my head. I also... other languages. And you're sorry that your Spanish is also bad? That's what I'm reading. Damn, y'all are multilingual? I'm impressed. I hope to attain that someday. Someday I will get there. But today is not that day. I am trying to learn just Godot.
In order, I will create it in between the two.
Oh.
So I change the variable name to flag atlas.
Oh yes, we're establishing the flag atlas. Okay, okay. Kitty, no! No bitey. No bitey, my leggy. That's bad. We do not bite the leg. Little silly kitty wants attention. Or he just wants me to be quiet. That could be it too. He's like, you talk too much. He does that sometimes. He just wants peace and quiet. But honestly, he's just like me, for real, for real. Kitty, please. Do I need to move you out of the room? Establish space between us. Can you purr into my mic? Can you purr? He is sniffing my microphone right now. Okay, you seem a little upsetty. You smell like kitty cat. Yeah, my cat is being a cat right now. Oh, baby cat, no. Go out. Jeez, I think my supervisor was telling me, hurry your stream. You need to go to bed. But I'm like, but I'm having a fun time coding. Come on. Okay, I want to Google Translate what you just said to me. I only know a little Spanish as well. Am I fluent? No, but y'all are making me curious. Alright, what did you say to me? Google Translate? What will you tell me? What is my fate? Let's start, friend. I also like to learn other languages. I'm sorry, Spanish is bad. You think the Spanish language is just bad in general? How dare you? Oh my goodness. Ah, you like to learn other languages. That's such an awesome hobby. I wish I can like get myself to do it, but it just... Oh my gosh, is that the Just Cabbage Patch? Oh my gosh, hi girl! Hello veggies! How y'all doing? Why is it broken? I don't know why it's broken. I don't know if my shout out works, but it should work on Twitch. But hello raiders, I'm Nethyr, the ex-final boss of No Pointer Live, a VTuber tech co-op. Right now I am learning Godot by making Minesweeper and Godot. And right now, let me show y'all what I got. Thank you, Salvi, for the shout out. I appreciate it. Also, can you give a shout out to Toylan as well? Toilanh. They have been helping me out with like Godot stuff as well, so they definitely need a shout out. But let me show y'all what I've been making. Let me fix that because there are some in progress things. So don't mind me. Hello, Cabbage. What were you up to? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so I need to put this in the hashtag so it just does not work. You were making Sonic Sona art? Ooh, let's go. Okay, so my hover doesn't work. Interesting. Ah, is it because of this? Okay, so you can see this, right? Right? That's the top layer of Minesweeper. The bottom layer, which will appear when I know which one to. Ah, yes, so this one. So the grass layer is removed, and underneath the grass layer are the other mines here. These are randomly generated each time. Remaking Uekawa style, like the Sonic Adventures 1 and 2. Oh, Nice. That's very nice. But yeah, I'm working on Minesweeper. This is randomly generated each time, so that's the first generation. Second generation, completely random. And completely different as well. And again, I'm alert. This is good brain massage. Ah, I'm glad that my content massages your brain. I'm very glad. And I'm glad that you had a fun time with art. It's nice to see you streaming again. Okay, I'm going to unhashtag my things. Because, like, the hashtag turns my coding into a comment. Meaning that it's actually not working with the rest of my code. Thank you for the lurk! By the way, if anyone has questions of what I'm up to, feel free to ask, or just ask me anything. I don't mind. As long as it's appropriate, please. Because if it's a little sussy, I have to be like, that's no good. Excuse me. Oh, I have not burped at all on the stream until now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, what was I up to, though? What was I up to? I was up to something. I'm not so sure what I was up to. Oh yes, I was going to establish the flag atlas. Okay. Okay. Flag atlas. Where are you? Yeah, the flag atlas, but what is the code?
And the coordinate is 50.
Wait. Oh, it was 5? Okay. Okay. I think that is 5, I believe? Okay.
Name to flag atlas and the coordinate is 50.
Okay.
So that's one thing done. The second thing was this is flag helper function. That doesn't exist yet. Let's go down here and I will just copy one of these, fix it down, and I need to replace number with flag there and also in here. Okay, so now that should be everything for this function. Let's just check. We'll run that. And if I right click, there we go, I'm putting down a little flag. So I can't put down another one, but I can just keep putting down more and more flags as I move around.
Ooh, okay. Let's see if it works. Control S. Okay. Ah, yes, this needs to keep the hashtag. There we go. And then control. Check if it is a grass. Oh, yes, we need the hashtag there. Oh boy, what happened here? Too many arguments? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm trying to double check what I did wrong with the code here. Yeah, something's wrong. The function signature doesn't match the parent. Parent signature is input. I see why. And then something with this isn't right. Ah, the issues with this. If the grass position is flag, pass, else. Yeah, something's wrong with this. Once I fix this will be fine. Okay. Oh, I got added in the chat. Yeah, it's just to do a shout out real quick because earlier I didn't do a shout out, but because a mod is here. Oh no, did you need help? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to fix my code again because I put everything in comments and I'm uncommenting them. And now it is doing a thingy, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Oh, you got this. Thank you. Okay, that is what I'm referencing. So function process. I'm just gonna right click position. Ah, that would do it. There we go. There we go. It's missing position, and then Control S. I'm gonna save it. Okay. What? I'm unable to write? Hello? Okay, it works. It works. And I can add flags now. Let's go! So I'm right-clicking to add flag. That's telling me that's where the mine is. I was able to do that by having the process right click. So right clicking, if it is a grass layer. So let me show you. So if it is a grass layer, right? And if there is no flag, if there is a flag already there, like this, it will pass. I will not repeat a flag. Otherwise, I will set a flag if the grass layer is empty. So that's why it's able to do this. But yeah, that's one thing that works. I'm really delayed, Lamau. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's all good. I'm just happy people want to hang out with me. It makes things a lot more fun.
Let's just check. We'll run that. And if I right click, there we go. I'm putting down a little flag. So I can't put down another one, but I can just keep putting down more and more flags as I move around. But what should happen is if there's already a flag there and I right click again, that should remove the existing flag. And that's what we actually want to do in here, where we've just got a path. To remove just one tile, we want to erase it. So previously we used the clear function, or the clear layer function, and that gets rid of everything on that layer. But here we only want to erase one specific cell. So we say erase cell, we pass in the layer that we want, which is our flag layer, and the coordinate, which is the position.
Oh.
We try this again, and I place one down, another one, and I right click again, and this time I can remove them. Now
that's so simple. Oh my gosh. Okay, I get that. Okay, so under the if else, the pass is nice for like a temporary holder, but now that we know what we want to do here, erase cell. See, this is why you need to read the documentation, because like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't really recognize that it had these things already built in. So that would be very helpful for me in the long run. Alright, Control S. Let's see if this works. Alright, so when I place a flag, it goes there, right? But if I click on it again with the right click, it disappears. It erases it. Okay. That works exactly how I want to be. Back to voice, seeing that you've seen squared away. Yep, I'm working. I'm working. And I can remove them. Yeah, pass is super nice. It's so helpful. So freaking helpful. But yeah, I can remove flags as I too. That's pretty good. Here.
let's move on to the left clicks. So that's what we've got up here in our input function. At the moment is just a pass. Let's just fill this out. Now there's a few logical steps here. The first step is that you can't click on a tile to reveal it if there's a flag on it. The idea is that we're putting flags down to mark potential mines. That's the first check that we want to do here, which is check that there is no flag there.
Okay. Yeah, actually, let's have this play for a bit.
And that's done with our helper function. So if not is flag at map position. Two sets of brackets by accident. So if there's not a flag there, then that's okay. Then we just continue. Then we can check what's underneath that cell. The first check is to see if there's a mine there. So we'll say check if it is a mine. Say if is underscore mine. Map position. So now that we're using these helper functions, hopefully you can see the benefit of defining them in the first place. It does make it a little bit easier to follow the logic. If it's a mine, let's just say print game over. We'll come back and add something proper in there later on. But if it's not a mine, then we want to, well, there's a little bit more we need to do. So we're going to take this functionality out of this input function again and say process left click. So just like I did with the right click, I'm going to move it into its own function because there's quite a lot to do there. Now let's...
Okay, I'm going to get that started just real quick. Under map, yes, the function input, and we're going to delete this part because it's particularly with the left mouse button. So that means I'm going to check that there is no flag there. And to do that, you need to do if not is underscore flag based on the position. Oh, map position. And then check if it is a mine. And if it's a mine, if is mine based on the map position, we're going to print game over. I prefer all caps because I like the dramatic feel of it. Else, I can spell. I totally can spell. Process, left click, map position. Okay.
Let's go up here and define this new function. We say process left click, and we take the pause argument.
Alright, let me establish that function real quick. So it's right below here. The function process left click based on the position. Wonder what's up with this else. Oh, it's forget no colon. Okay. There we go. Wait, there we go.
The first part of this is quite straightforward. We just want to erase the grass cell. We say erase cell from the grass layer at position pause.
Yep, that makes sense because we know what the erase cell means now, which is awesome.
Let's just check this. We'll run it as it is, and I click here and it clears the cell. If I put down a flag and I try to clear it, it won't let me. If I remove the flag, I can now clear the cell. So that's working kind of, but you notice when I clicked here and I hit an empty cell, what normally happens in Minesweeper is that when you get an empty cell, it clears all of the empty cells around it. So it should automatically clear out all this big area. And that's the bit that we now need to add in.
No! Not again! Jeez, these ants. Blah. Man, it really do be like that. But hey, we got a lot done. The hovering is working as effectively as possible. Right now we're working on more of the interactive stuff. But I'm thinking that it's actually a good time to end the stream because we can move that to next week and continue on from there. Alright, so because this ad is annoying me, we're gonna go ahead and find someone to raid. If there's any recommendations in the chat for Twitch, let me know. Otherwise, for YouTube people, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. It was really lovely to hang out and code a lot more and also resolve an issue that was bothering me last stream. So we're actually seeing a lot of progress here. Let's do a quick recap of what just occurred. So we have the grass layer. It's here, it's working, and also there's a hover layer, right? So whenever I hover over a grid, it turns into a lighter shade. And if I do right click, I can add flags. This helps me determine that I'm guessing that this is where the mines are. And if I right click on these again, I can get these flags to disappear. The next step though, what we just did recently is the fact that we can now unveil the grass and see what's up. So I actually just found a bunch of mines already, like there's 2 mines here. But yeah, so now this game is almost fully interactable, like almost exactly like Minesweeper. What we will be doing next is that whenever it's a clear spot like this, it's just going to clear out here and clear out here. But after that, it's most likely the HUD layer, which is like, that's gonna appear here, and then telling me that's game over and stuff. So the main mechanics of the game are basically there. It's just that it needs a little bit more pizzazz. It needs to feel a little bit more complete. So we're gonna focus on the finer details next week. If you like what you've been watching so far, definitely subscribe on my Twitch and my YouTube. I really appreciate the support. We're very close to 1,000 on Twitch, so I really need y'all help. And we are close to 400 on YouTube, so we are getting a lot closer. So thank you all so much for hanging out. For Twitch stuff, we're gonna find someone to raid. Here, who can we raid? Who is online that I know? Oh my bitrate is quite low. That is a bit concerning. I might need to look into that actually.
Give me that.
That was a person. Okay, so I do have a friend that's streaming. She is currently playing Honkai Star Rail. Her name is VT Symphonia. Very sweet girl. Lovely singing voice. So we're gonna go say hello to her, okay? Let's see here. Alright, let's go ahead and raid her. Oh, actually, before I do anything, here is the raid message. And here is a raiding. And then we see here. So there's this version, and then there will be the non-emote version. There's something nice and simple. And then here's the other one. So you can choose either or, whatever works for the raid. Let's go. Right. I'll see you over there with Symphonia. And then I'm gonna chat with my YouTube people for a bit, okay? Let's see here. Let's go raid channel. Start the raid. Be sure to give her a nice hello. We are actually longtime friends, so we knew each other since college days. And we basically found each other again because we found out that we're in the same hobby, which is really, really funny in retrospect. We also got to meet each other again in Offkai, which was so sweet. She wasn't feeling too well, but it was just nice to see her again. Like, seeing an old friend is very nice. So please send my love to her. She is so sweet. Give her a nice hello. Alright. Right now. Let's go say hello. Okay. I'm gonna just play her real quick. Here. Shh, it's still going. Breaking Minesweeper. It's kind of funny to see a meta like this.
Playing Minesweeper and what's Godot? I don't know what Godot is. I was gonna end somehow, but I feel like now that you're here, I'm just building right now. I'm not really doing anything exciting. It's a game engine. I am uneducated, as you can see.
Voting.
Maybe
It's kind of funny to see a meta like this.
you're
Also, like, look at her model. She's so cute.
I think I got a good chunk of building her out of the way. I still have a long ways to go, but she will go if my husband got home, so I'm gonna skill points. But I think I'm done for now. We will raid 2 days. He's only 10, but I think after not streaming consistently for a while,
Yeah, right? Oh, it's behind me. Yeah, her model's so cute.
and they sound familiar.
Please follow her. She's so sweet. She's reading my message. I don't know why. It's kind of funny to just like show her real quick. Cause like, look how cute she is. Let's go. You have it up on the other tab. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, B2 Symphony. Check out her covers too. Her covers are amazing.
Oh, let's read Dia. Since we just met her. This is the one.
Wait, she was at TwitchCon too? Oh, I missed out on so many people at TwitchCon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna raid someone. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna just chat a little bit, okay? For the Twitch people, boop boop. It's just gonna be us YouTube people, actually. Let me go here. So I wanted to chat with y'all for a little bit because Minesweeper has been a good challenge so far, but I feel like my content is going to evolve a bit further. I realized that something that I've noticed content-wise is that people want to get to know me a bit more. So I plan to make a few little videos in the future where I'm going to share a little bit more of myself. So if there are any particular questions you want to ask me personally, like how did I get into the games industry? What made you keep going with this? What made you want to try coding again? And stuff like that. How do you keep going? I would love to answer those questions in a video because I feel like those questions are very important to ask, but getting a good answer out of them can be a bit of a challenge. So I hope to do my best with answering everyone's questions and making little video essays on them because I feel like something I noticed on Blue Sky, one person that when I was scrolling through in the game dev Blue Sky in particular are just saying that people who make content regarding game development don't have a lot of experience. And I have a pretty decent amount of experience now. I've been in the field for more than a year. And I want to share my insight with you all. I want to make education regarding game development a lot more accessible. And I want to show that it is possible to be in the games industry even if you're not a programmer. So I want to focus on that more, and I want to give back to motivating people to getting into the industry, because right now, if you have seen game industry news, it can feel discouraging, but if you always wanted to make a game, I want to help people do that. And that's why I hope that those that are watching the VODs or are live with me on stream, I'm glad that, and I hope that you will continue to have a wonderful time with me as we learn to make games in Godot. Alright, so with that, I will have also quick announcement. I will have another stream on Monday 8 p.m. PST along with Friday, although Friday might be pending because I might have an evening meeting depending on what happens. So I will let y'all know about the schedule. If you all want an update, make sure to join my Discord and such so that you can get the most current information out there. Let me see here. Let me get the Discord link. So here's my Discord. Be sure to join this one. So this was my personal Discord. It has my schedule and such when I post there. There's also the No Pointer Live Discord if you want more specialized help, because to be honest, I don't think I'm properly equipped to give more coding assistance. So I'm also recommending the No Point to Life one because that's my group and they're a lot more experienced with coding than I am. At least more than a decade's worth. So definitely check them out. And with that, I'll see you all on Monday. Good night, netizens. Make sure you treat yourselves well and have a wonderful weekend. Love y'all.